Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be showing you how to knit the moss slip stitch pattern. This is not reversible. This is the front, the right side, and this is the wrong side. This is a 4-row repeat. You have to cast on a multiple of 2 stitches plus 3 edge stitches. I'll show you how to knit each of the 4 rows, and at the end I'll also give you my tip on how to remember the pattern so you don't constantly have to look at your notes. I personally hate doing that, so I have a clever little tip, so I'll give this to you at the end. Row 1, we're going to do 1 edge stitch, just going to knit it, and then we are going to repeat until the end. Slip a stitch as if to purl, which means that from the back forward you go into your stitch, but you don't knit it, you don't purl it, and you keep, because if you were to purl you would bring your yarn forward. We're not going to do that. You keep your yarn in the back of the work, but as if you're going to purl it, slip it off and then knit the following stitch. You repeat those 2 until the very end, so you're always keeping your thread, your yarn, at the back of the work. So you're just going to slip and knit, slip and knit to the very end. Now row 2. In this row you're going to bring your yarn back and forth constantly. You're going to repeat the following until you have 1 stitch left. You're going to knit 1 stitch, and you're going to bring your yarn forward, going to slip this stitch, and as you can note by the little thread here, you slip this stitch also in the previous row. Bring your yarn back again, knit a stitch, bring your yarn forward again, slip. So repeat that. Knit with the yarn in front, slip. So you're knitting, you're slipping all the slip stitches and you're knitting all your purl stitches. At the end you'll have 1 stitch left and you just knit it as well. Row 3, we're on the right side again. We're now going to take your other colour and we're going to do the following. You're first going to knit 2 edge stitches, so 1, 2, and then you're going to repeat the following as the same as in row 1. With the yarn in the back you're going to slip the stitch as if to purl, so from the back forward, pointing forward, just going to slip it and then knit the following stitch. You repeat that. So again, always on the right side rows your yarn stays in the back of the work. So slip as if to purl with the yarn in back, knit, and you repeat that until you have 1 stitch left. And then the final stitch you just knit. So row 4, we're going to knit 1 edge stitch, and then we're going to repeat the following. You knit 1, so again for the wrong side row you're just constantly going to bring your yarn back and forwards again. I'm guessing that this pattern is slightly easier if you're a continental knitter, but I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments if you're not a continental knitter. Let me know if this is a tricky one. So you repeat, knit 1, bring your yarn forward, slip 1. Again, repeat, knit 1, bring your yarn forward, slip 1. And you repeat that to the end until you have 2 stitches left. And now with your 2 edge stitches, you simply knit them. So those were the 4 rows. I'll now show you what I do to remember what to do, as I constantly have to resort to my notes. Now, your colour change will always be on the same side of the work, so don't constantly cut your yarn to start a new colour, because there will be so many ends to weave in, and everyone hates that. So just constantly when you're switching colour, just twist them. Twist them once and then work your row. You can't really tell all that much the difference. So here was no colour change, and here is where the colour change happened. It blends in well enough. So my little trick. What I remember is you're working with 2 colours. So you have colour 1 and colour 2. The number of the colour that I gave it, number 1 or 2, indicates how many edge stitches I have to knit in the beginning of the row and the end of the row. All the stitches in between, if it's the colour of the, if this following stitch is the colour of the yarn that I'm working with, then I knit that stitch. If it is the colour of the other yarn, of the other yarn, then I slip it. And you always slip every stitch with the yarn to the back of the work. So what this means is, I'm now with colour 1. Fiddly. This means is, I'm using colour 1, the grey. So that means 1 edge stitch in the beginning of the work that I knit. The following stitch, it's pink, so I just slip it with the yarn on the wrong side of the work. This is a grey stitch, so a grey stitch, so I knit it. Pink, I slip. Grey, I knit. Just go all the way like that until you have, because it is colour 1, until you have 1 stitch left. The 1 edge stitch you knit, even though it's a different colour, it's an edge stitch. Wrong side, row 2 for this trick. Again, still, how many edge stitches? Well, it's colour 1, so I'm going to knit 1 edge stitch. This is a pink colour. This is colour 2, so I'm just going to slip it, and we slip with the yarn on the side of the wrong side, to the back. Grey stitch, I knit. Pink, we slip. And we just do that all the way until you have how many edge stitches left? Yes, the 1. Grey we knit, pink we slip. 1 stitch left, we knit this. Now I'm on colour 2, so that means I will have 2 edge stitches in the beginning of the row and 2 edge stitches at the end of the row, both the right side and wrong side. So we knit the 2 edge stitches with the colour 2, and then again, if it's a different colour, we slip it. If it's the same colour, we knit it. Slip, knit, slip, knit, etc., etc. Until we have, until we have 2 stitches left, those we knit. I think you can already guess what row 4 is in my trick. Colour 2, so we knit 2 edge stitches, and then we slip every stitch with a yarn in front, every stitch that isn't the same colour, and we knit all the stitches that are. And we do that until we have 2 edge stitches left, because it's colour 2, and we just knit those. And that is my trick. That's how I can kind of mindfully knit this. That was my tutorial. I hope it was helpful. If you have any suggestions, any tips, whatever, comment down below. Like, share, comment, all that, you know. And I'll see you next time. Toodles.